Hello, this is Faithfully Fit Forever, a fitness program at University Christian Church designed for and volunteer-led seniors exercise program focusing on physical fitness, emotional fitness, and spiritual fitness with the accent on the physical side. It's designed and originally came to us through our nurses program, and we've been operating this program for over 10 years now on a 3 times a week in-person basis. Since we've had a pandemic appear early this year, we've had to abandon the in-person portion of it, and many of us have missed being together to exercise. Being together is really a big part of this, and so that is a major part that we've missed. Individually, some of us have continued on our own ways, and there's no way of knowing who's doing what at this point. So let me suggest, first of all, if you want to join us in exercising, we would love to have you join us. Now, unlike our previous incarnation, you can do this at your own convenience in your own space, which perhaps will even attract some new people who were not able to meet our previous schedules. Let me urge you at the beginning to assess your physical condition so that you don't overdo anything. If you need to check with your health provider, please do. And I would urge you, if you're starting from scratch now, that perhaps if you find some of our exercises a little bit more than you need to do, you can always back off and tailor your activities to your own situation. But we welcome you, and we hope that you will join us. Perhaps we will even get some new members to join our group and enjoy the benefits of physical and emotional and spiritual contact. Let me say at the beginning that there are 4 components to this program, one being balance, one being flexibility, another being strength, and the 4th being endurance. Now, endurance is the one that we probably cannot do very well at because it would involve walking, jogging, swimming, running, cycling. So that's the one element that we're going to miss. However, we are not going to miss the rest of those. And we will start by doing a little warm up, which might imitate some of the endurance portion. But we do that just to kind of get our bodies set and get our blood rushing a little bit, our blood pressure up a little bit. So we'll start now, and we'll have a little music to mainly walk around and swing your arms and jump up and down and do whatever it takes to get going. In our former in-person exercise, a lot of people in the group would walk all around the room. Sometimes they would talk to one another, joke with one another. Sometimes people would open the doors and walk out in the hall. Anything to just kind of get going. You can lift your legs a little bit higher as you go along. Some of us like to clap our legs as we go. Move your arms around, just kind of get your muscles limbered up and ready for some more exercise as we go along. Swing those arms. Some people will lunge forward and back. Okay, we probably had enough time to warm up a little bit. One of the first things that we need to do is stretch. And I personally like to stretch by going all the way down and showing off that I can still touch the floor. Some people can go a little bit farther down. And then stretching to one side. Stretching to another side. Then reaching for the sky. And then moving to one side. And then back up straight. Stretching over to the other side. And then some of us like to do some of our stretches seated. You can point that toe, pull it back, do that a few times, and then rotate your ankles. This is one of the hallmarks of balance that we will see later, is having strong and flexible ankles. You rotate that about 10 times each way, and then pull your knee up. And then complete that with the other leg, point, flex, point, flex, and then rotate your ankle. Pull that knee up. All right, now we can stretch our arms. One thing that a lot of us like to do is have our fingers be nimble for things that we like to do. Pull those fingers back and then pull your thumb down. Some of us at a certain age have fingers that want to get tight, so we have to limber them up. Put your thumb down. Right, in a prayerful pose, pointing your fingers up, push your hands together, and then point those down all the way. And then back up, and then for a little finger flexibility, move your fingers down one at a time this way. Very good. And then more stretching. Spread your arms. And now we go for the toes. Right hand to the left toe. Back up. Go to the other side. This may remind you of some high school gym class, perhaps. All right, hands on your hips now, and then turn around to see who's following you. Move back and look around to the other side. Very good. Now another stretching exercise that many people who experience perhaps lower back issues, if you stand behind the chair, hands on the back of the chair, and then bend over where your back is parallel to the floor. It's a great limbering up exercise for your back. And then if you come up and then lean into the chair, make sure it doesn't get away from you. Got to push your lower back down. And then repeat, flattening your back out again. And then up one more time. Okay, let's go back to the chair again. Sit up near the front. Put one ankle up on the opposite knee. Push that knee down. This tends to help open up the lower back and your hip joint. You can usually feel this in that hip pretty quickly. All right, change legs. Go to the other side. Very good. Now, stretch out, feet in front, still sitting toward the front of the chair, lean back. Put your hands up behind your neck. Don't pull on your neck, but have them up there in position. Spread your arms out. Let's do some sit-ups. This is good for your core. Smoothly, easily. Somebody said there's no easy sit-ups, but these are as easy as they can be. Don't forget to breathe while you're doing this. Okay, let's stop at the back. Now we're going to take the right elbow and go down and lift the left knee and have them meet. Then go back and do the opposite side. We're getting more limber by the moment. Now, if this gets to be too much for you, just stop. With the tape, you can even put me on pause, I bet. All right, now let's bring our feet up flat, sit up straight, cross your arms, stand up. And then I can't make up my mind, so let's sit back down, lean back, take a deep breath, and sit up, stand up, have a seat, lean back, sit up straight. Now, when we met in person, quite often we would take a break, visit with one another, and get a drink. Staying hydrated is a good idea, so I'm going to stop right here and have a drink. You know, I suggest you do that too if you're at home and it's available to you. All right, now let's stand up again. Let's start part of our strength training now. We're using two things for our strength training. One is a flexible band. If you have one at home or wherever you are, that's a really good thing to use. You can replicate these exercises with hand weights if you need to, if you don't have a band. So we're going to start first holding the band in the middle with about 6 or 8 inches between our hands. Our knuckles are up. And we're going to pull the band out, straight out to the side, and hold it for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Now hold it down straight, right in front of you, and we'll do it again. Let's pull out and hold. Pull. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Now hold it straight up in the air, overhead, and pull. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Now hold it behind you And instead of pulling out, I want you to just lift your hands up behind you as high as they'll go. And bring it down. Now, if you will, bring the band up under your arms. And then grasp the band somewhere behind the handles. And we're going to do the next exercise, pushing forward. You can adjust the length of these bands so that you get a good workout, but you don't get too much or too little. So make that adjustment on your own. Let's push out, hold, and back. Then you can adjust that accordingly. And let's go 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Now keep your grip and let's go to the side. Now spread your arms straight out to the side. And hold that. And then back. And push out again. 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Now, let's do a little boxing. Get down into crouch and let's punch out. We're in training for our boxing matches. Very good. Now let's release that band. And let's take the handles, and at each handle, lower the band in front of you to the floor, step in the center, and stand up straight. We're going to do 2 or 3 different exercises from this position. First, let's lift up under our arms, called an inside curl. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now turn your palms to the front. We'll do what we call the front curls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very good. Okay, we'll do some individual arm exercises now. Take your right hand, hold the handle with your knuckles up, palm facing away from you. Put your arm at a 90-degree angle. Hold the band with your other hand so that again you have about the right amount of tension for you. And let's straighten your arm straight out to the side. Then back to the 90. And then 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, while your hand is straight up there with the knuckles facing you, just turn your hand over so that now you're looking at your palm. And let's repeat. Extend. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, change hands now. Let's go to the other side. Looking at the back of your hand. Elbow to 90. And push out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back to the 90. Turn your hand over so that now you're looking at your palm. And let's extend. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's go back to our right hand. Hold the handle in your right hand, hold it right in front of your face, and then go straight up so that the band's in front of your face. Grab the band and again, kind of a taut position. And let's extend our arms straight up now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now change hands. And again, push up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it's time to sit again. Here's the exercise. We have joked among ourselves that if you can wrap this up appropriately, you can lead the class. You're qualified to lead the class. So take the band in one hand at each handle, the feet out in front with your toes up. Lay the band down on top of your feet. And then wrap your hands around the outside and pull them up through the middle. And if you've got that ready now, we'll start. We'll lean back. And you're going to pull back on the band and spread your legs. Okay, let's stop with our feet in the air. Point your toes at one another, pigeon toe. And let's do that one. Spreading your legs, pulling back. 4, 5. Now put them back together and spread your toes apart. Put your palms up and pull back and spread your legs. 3, 4, 5. Now go back and put your heels back down on the floor and your toes are still up. Hold the bands taut and take your left leg out to the side, then your right leg out to the side. Three, 4, 5. Now let's go flat-footed and stretch your leg out straight each side. It's a good strengthening exercise for your upper leg. 3, 4, and 5. You know, it's been a while since I've done some of these exercises. So I'm going to take this band off now. I'm tired of it. And put it down. Again, we're going to take that water break that I would encourage you to take if you were here. And one thing we do miss is the company of our fellow exercisers. Sometimes, even if they're complaining, now we're going to use our hand weights. We can start this seated if you like, or you can stand and do this. First, we're going to put the weights up on our shoulders and push straight up and down. 2, 3, 4, 5. Very good. Now we'll stand and we'll do a series of curls. First of all, we'll do the inside curls up under your arms. 3, 4, 5. Now we'll do hammer curls, and this is just like swinging a hammer to nail. Do it with each arm at the same time. 2, let's have a salute. With the right hand, bring the weight across to your opposite chest, and back down. Left arm, same thing to the other side. 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. Now let's have the front curl, so face your palms to the front and then curl up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's go to one arm. Raise up to your shoulder and straight up. Now bend down and lower the weight behind your head. Not on it, please. And then back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's keep with the left hand. Straight up and drop behind. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now this is the one you've been waiting for. You can release your inner Hulk now. You're going to bend over in that Hulk crouch. You can imagine that you're very large and green. And then you're going to make a lot of noise when we do this. You ready? Roar! 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 Some people say it's good for your lungs. All right, now let's do a little bending over exercise. Put your left foot forward, right foot back, and now take the weight in your right hand down your left toe, and then back up. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, right foot forward. Take your left hand and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, we're going to go back to our chairs. Now we have my favorite exercise. You hold your weights down to your side, lean back in the chair, put your feet out in front. Let's ride our bikes. Everybody loves this. Yeah, keep riding, it's all downhill. Okay, let's stop and scissor our legs a few times. Wow, that was fun, wasn't it? Okay. Now we'll stretch out. Let's do a few more sit-ups while we're here in the chair. Holding your weights up on your shoulder now. One more. Very good. Now, let's stand. And let's do a little wrist exercise. Hold your arm parallel to the floor and kind of drop your wrist down and then roll that weight back up. Doesn't look like a lot of motion, but it's really good work for your wrist. 4, 5, Let's try the other arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's stand behind our chair now. Put your left hand on the back of the chair. Stand back, hold the right hand weight in front of you, and then swing it behind your back to make a semicircle to the back. And then return and repeat. There's 3, 4, and 5. Now let's change hands on the back of the chair. Left hand down in front of you. And make that semicircle. 4, and 5. Very good. Now I'd invite you to replace your weights wherever they might be. Take a minute, have another sip of water. Hope it helps you, it's helping me. So far now we've done stretching and we've done strength training. So we need to do a little bit of balance work now. And I would invite you first to do what I call the white line test. And that's to walk down the stripe here in the highway, placing one foot after the other. Good for your balance. You try it going backwards. Now it's a little more of a test if you take a little time between steps. Hold that step. Very good. All right, now a really good balance exercise is to get on your tiptoes. And we'll hold that for a minute. Ready? On your tiptoes. You can stand still, that's great. If you have to tiptoe around the room, that's great too. Whatever it takes to stretch up and be as tall as you can. The taller you are, the more balance it provides. Got about 10 seconds left. Very good, shake that out. That was pretty easy. Let's do the hard one now. We're going to get on our heels. Ready, start. We've had discussion about this through the years. Some of us think that our bodies weren't really made to do this. That's why it's harder for us. Because when we used to run to catch the game that we were going to have for dinner, we had to run up on our toes. That's why we're better at that. Got about 10 seconds. Okay, let's shake that one out. Now we're going to have one that is a little bit newer to us, but is a real test of balance, and that is put You decide which foot you want to start with, and then take the other foot and put it in front of that one, heel to toe, and stand there for 20 or 30 seconds. And if you're like I am, you do a little bounce. You know, have your chair there to steady you. I can tell you that in some medical tests that they do for seniors, this is one of the things they test. Whether you can do this and how long you can do it. Alrighty. Now we have our trademark exercise for our group. The flamingos, we've jumped ourselves. That's where we're going to stand on one leg and balance for a minute. And make sure you have a chair nearby if you need that for balance. And get ready and get set and stand on one leg. There's been a lot of speculation as to whether there are many different colors of flamingos other than pink. Some have had a theory that if they ever found a black flamingo, it would be some sort of a good sign. Like there's been talk of finding black swans, I think, in other bird families. "15 seconds. Okay, we have 5 seconds to go, and at the end of this, we're going to swing that leg that's off the ground in a pendulum. Ready? Swing. 2, go to 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And now we will prepare ourselves to do the other flamingo. Ready, set, and go. I've always wondered if flamingos can stand on one leg while they're asleep. "15 seconds. And 5. And we're going to start doing that pendulum now, right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, we have a little bit more stretching to do now. Let's start off by holding our hands up in front of us, making a big fist. And then let's wiggle our fingers. And then make a claw. Make a claw. And then make another fist. It and make that claw. A little bit more stretching here to kind of get us toward the end. Let's go back over and touch the fingers to the ground here. Should be a little more limber now. Walk your fingers back up to your knees. Flatten your back out. Let's pretend we're on the farm. Let's have a big move. Ooh. Then arch your back way up like a cat. Meow. And then back down the other direction. Ooh. And up for the cat. Meow. And then straight up. I think we're just about ready to fly away now. Let's spread our wings. We've had class members that have been known to fly all over the room at this point. And our wings are just about ready to collapse. I think we've just about had it. Give yourself a big hug. Congratulations, you've survived another round of exercise. And at this point, we usually take just a few minutes to talk about something that might relate to health. Some of us always like to talk about stuff to eat, but today I thought I might relate a couple of things since we're in pandemic mode. Of course, we went through several months of forced sequestration or imprisonment, whatever you care to call it. There's some belief that mental stress and isolation have really claimed some victims of the pandemic other than the virus itself. One of the biggest suggestions that we've seen so far from many healthcare providers is that one of the best things that you could do for yourself in a time of isolation is to take a walk. Take a walk. You can go by yourself, but keep social distance from other people and still have some socialization, if you will, even if it's with strangers on the trail. Some of the benefits of walking, actually, it helps reduce the risk of many chronic diseases. Now, this isn't just taking one walk, it's obviously consistent walking over time, but I can testify that it personally for me has been very, very helpful in the last few months to get out and take a walk 20 or 30 minutes a day. In the hot weather, it was important to walk either early or late when it wasn't so hot, but now it's getting better. You can walk almost any time. Activity also helps reduce the risk of depression, and that's also a proven fact that we know from healthcare providers. Activity is also a booster. It helps actually boost your immunity. Vitamin D from the sun that's gained from being outdoors is also a help to boost your immunity, which obviously is to help fight off disease. You actually get a slight rise in your body temperature as a result of walking. That will actually help slow the growth of bacteria for a very short period of time. So again, that's another healthful reason for taking a walk. A walk at even a social distance can help ease isolation for people who have been cooped up and asked to sequester. So when somebody says go take a hike, maybe they're trying to get you out of the house, but then maybe they're really thinking for your health and benefit. So take a walk and enjoy things. For a small devotional, I have just a bit of I guess you would call it a poem perhaps. It's a bunch of R words. And just think of those in the shape of a tree, starting at the top with rejoice, reclaim, reduce, renew, reply, return, refill, recoup, recover, recycle, replant, reboot, refine, redo, remake, restore, reuse, redeem, rekindle, replace, revamp, revest, rebound, revitalize, rebuild, recreate, refresh, and rest. Maybe any number of those might be helpful for all of us. Let us have a short prayer. Dear God, thank you for the opportunity to gather either remotely or in person to exercise our bodies, our minds, and our spirits. Be with us in our day-to-day activity as we learn new ways of doing things in the world that we live in at this time. We thank you for all your blessings, for the strength you provide us, and ask that you always go with us wherever we might be. In your name we pray. Amen.